Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be doing my May book haul. I bought a lot of books and I did really good in April. I only bought one book, so that's why I didn't have a book haul last month. But I'm like, I did really good. And then in this month I bought 9 books, which isn't too crazy, but it's still a lot, and I'm already running out of bookshelf space, and I just put this one up not too long ago. I am really excited about all of these books I got. They all look so good, and I cannot wait to read them. A few of them I have already read, so I am just gonna jump straight on into the book haul. The first book I bought, this is the one I bought in April, and that is The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. This book is about a girl named Adelaide, and she is a countess and she wants to get out of an arranged marriage, so she decides to impersonate her lady maid, and so she goes to the Glittering Court where young women learn how to be countesses. I did already read this book. I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. I did do a full-length review on this book, so if you want to check it out, I'll leave it down below if you want to hear more of my thoughts, but I wasn't really a huge fan of it, and I'm kind of disappointed that I really didn't like it. The next book I got is one of my favorites of the year, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I've talked about this book so many times since I've read it. It was so good. I actually got a copy of this book a week before it came out, which was awesome. I was so excited. But if you have not read A Court of Thorns and Roses, you need to, because I thought I liked A Court of Thorns and Roses a lot last year, and this one is 10 times better than that. It's so much better and it's so good. If you weren't a huge fan of A Court of Thorns and Roses, definitely pick up this book because it's so good. And I also have a 30-minute review on this book, so I will also leave that down below if you want to watch it. The next book I got, I didn't know it was coming out. I was at my bookstore and I saw it, so I knew I had to pick it up, and that is Dream On by Kirsten Gier. This book was first made in Germany, I believe, so that's why I had no idea that it was coming out, because I really didn't know when it was going to come to America. But this is the second book to the Silver trilogy. First book is called Dream a Little Dream, and I really enjoyed that one. It was kind of just a fun read. It wasn't really light because there was kind of some creepy aspects to it, but it was really fun to read, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I haven't read the first one in a long time. Essentially, the first one is this girl keeps on having dreams every night about these 4 boys that go to her school, and she doesn't really understand why that's happening to her. It's kind of mysterious, kind of creepy. Like I said, it's a very fun book, and I think the cover is really pretty and it matches really well with the other one. The next 2 books I pick up kind of go together, so I'm just gonna show them both at once, and that is The Last Wish and Blood of Elves. I'm sorry, but I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the author's name because I think he's Polish, so I'm just gonna butcher the name, but here's his name if you want to see it. This is the Witcher series. The Last Wish is actually a bunch of short stories about the main character Geralt, and then this one, Blood of Elves, is the first book in the actual series. It's kind of confusing, but what I could gather is that there's 2 short story books that are just Geralt interacting with different people, different like Witcher quests, stuff like that. And then the first one is Geralt's main story, I guess you could say. I am excited to have these, but I'm really upset because I hate mass market paperbacks so much. They are my worst enemy in books. If there's one thing I don't like about books, it is mass market paperbacks. I don't know why, but these 2 books, I think they only have mass market paperbacks, but then the other books in the series are normal. They're just regular books, so it's really gonna annoy me because all the covers are really pretty, I think, and they match with the other books, but these two are mass market paperbacks. I wanted to get them, and eventually I will collect the whole series, but I'm gonna read these two first, I think. And if you might kind of be wondering why I'm so excited about these books, and it's because I played the Witcher video game, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and it's so good. It's so much fun. I know this is a book video, so I'm not going to go on too much about it, but I love the video game so much. Since I finished it, I knew I had to pick up the books that the video game was based off of. The next book I picked up, I'm very, very excited for, and it's actually a lot smaller than I thought it would be. That is The Trials of Apollo Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. When I heard that this book was coming out last year, I was so pumped because Blood of Olympus did not have a lot of answers. Left a lot of things open, so hopefully this one will kind of clear up a lot of things. Plus, I think it'll be really interesting that it's in a god's point of view. It's of Apollo, obviously, and he is turned into a human by Zeus, and then he has to basically prove himself to Zeus to become a god again. I'm so excited for this book. I really can't wait to read it, and I've heard great reviews about it, so I know it's gonna be good. The next book has an absolutely stunning cover. I'm so obsessed with it, and that is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. Before I talk about this book, I'm just going to appreciate the cover. So here, so like that's gorgeous enough, but then it just makes me so excited when I see this. The actual hardcover book's really cool. I like the spining, and it has like these like lines in it almost, but then here's the inside of the book. Like, how can you get such pretty books? It's not fair. It's so pretty. I have Since You've Been Gone, which is also beautiful. It's like the same way. The best part of this whole book though is the pug on the cover. I love pugs. They're my favorite. I've only read Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, and I loved it. It was so good. It's like one of my favorite contemporaries. I don't really know too much about this one. I know she's a daughter of a politician, and that's basically all I know about this book, but I kind of want to jump in not knowing a lot because I think it would just be really fun to just experience it, and I'll probably pick this one up soon because this is just a great summer read. This next book is probably the best book in my haul, just saying, and that is Hamilton, The Revolution by Manuel-Miranda and Jeremy MacArthur. Just this book, so pretty, so big, and just look at the spine, and then the back, and the deckled edges look pretty cool, and the inside is just beautiful. I love Hamilton so much, and I really didn't know that this book was coming out. I don't know why I didn't know, but by the time I found out that it was coming out, it was already all sold out. It's so beautiful, and I love it so much, and I'm so happy to have it because, like I said, Hamilton is my life. One half of my life is reading, my other half is Hamilton. I think I annoy my friends so much because I always send them Snapchats of me singing to Hamilton and just everything Hamilton I talk about all the time, and I try to convince them to listen to it, but they don't. That's beside the point. I haven't picked it up yet, but I kind of just want to find time where I can just read it straight through without really any distractions or anything. The next book I got, I pre-ordered, and that is The Sleeping Prince by Melissa Salisbury. I read The Sin Eater's Daughter last year, I believe, maybe 2 years ago, I don't really remember, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I think I gave it like a 4 out of 5 stars, something like that. So I just wanted to pick up the second book. The first book left on a cliffhanger. This one isn't with the same characters, it's with a different person, but I think the stories will intertwine. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I thought this would be a sequel because, like I said, the first one ended on a cliffhanger, but this one's about totally different characters. So I don't know when I'll get around to this one just because I haven't read the first one in a while and I don't really remember it too much, and I knew I wasn't too excited with the series, but I did enjoy it and I wanted to add it to my collection. The next book I got, I'm actually currently reading, and I'm almost done with it, and that is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I got this book off of Amazon, and I didn't really want to get the hardcover. I love hardcovers, they're my favorite kind of books, but for some reason I just didn't want to. I kind of wanted it to be cheap. So I wanted to get the paperback, but it didn't have a normal paperback. I don't know if it's not out yet or what, but I didn't realize it was a mass market paperback, which, like I said before, I don't like mass market paperbacks, but it has Sam Claflin on the cover, so I decided just to get the movie cover. I'm sure you do know what it's about because you've probably seen commercials for the movie, but I'll just give kind of a brief synopsis. It's about a girl named Louisa, and she loses her job, so she has to find a new one, and she gets this job as a caretaker for Will, who is a quadrileptic, which I think that's how you say it. Basically, he cannot move anything from here down, so he needs people to help take care of him. Like I said, I'm almost done with it. I only have like 40 pages or something like that, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm not ready for it to end. I probably will do a review of this book when I am done with it, but it's very good. And the last book I picked up, I'm so excited to have it in my hand. And I didn't realize it was coming out this early. When I saw it came out on May 31st, I freaked out. And that is Nil on Fire by Leanne Matson. I read Nil, I think 2 years ago, the first book of this trilogy. Basically, it's about these teenagers get sent to this island and they have no idea how they get there. And then they have a year to get off the island or else they die. And it's so good. So I really liked Nil a lot. My favorite character in Nil wasn't the main character. He was one of the side characters. And I really loved him. I did like the main characters as well, but really loved one of the side characters. And then Nil Unlocked, which is the second book in this trilogy, he was the main character. And it was so good. I loved the second one so much. It made me cry at the end. It was so good. So I'm really excited to pick up this one. I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's the last one and it's so beautiful and I just can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I definitely will be picking this one after I finish Me Before You. So here are all of the books I got in May and then just the one in April. It's so heavy. There's so many of them. There are a lot of big books, but I'm really excited with all of these books that I got and I can't wait to read all of them. So hopefully I'll get to most of them pretty soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please feel free to. And I will talk to you next time. Bye! Oh, thumbnail. I hate filming these with big stacks of books. Now I just gotta find a place for all these on my bookshelf. Great. And this one isn't with the same... Oh, jeez.